So they did this poll to see how goal setting would really increase the numbers. So they took 3 groups of people, and this was about exercise. The first group was called the control group, and all they did was say, okay, I want you to write down how much you're going to go work out. That's it. For the next 2 weeks, just tell us how much you're going to go. That's all they told them. That was control group number 1. Control group number 2 was the motivation group. They not only told them to write down, but they also gave them a pamphlet on what it would take and what the effects would be to exercise. So they started talking about heart disease. They started talking about what exercise does to the body, how it makes you healthy. So they gave them like a motivational packet, and they told them to write it down on whenever they would go. And then the third group, they not only gave them the pamphlet, the motivation, they not only told them they asked them, when are you going to work out, but they also told them to write it down and be specific. Be specific on what you're going to do, when you're going to do it. And those were the 3 groups. And then they let them go. And this is the results. Control group 1 and 2. Control group number 1 was them just saying, this is what I'm going to go. This is what I'm going to do. Verbally, that's it. 38% of them went at least 1 time a week. Group number 2 was the motivation group. They told them how good it would be, but they didn't really have them be specific. They didn't have them write it down. They just said, hey, just tell us when you're going to do it, and now we're going to motivate you. It was 35% went 1 time a week. But look at group number 3. When they were deliberate in writing their goals down, writing specifically when they were going to go, how many times they were going to go, 91% of them went at least 1 time a week. 91%. What does it tell you? It tells you if you ink it, it's going to come true. If you ink it, you have a more probability of it happening. So that's why we created if you guys have ever seen the goal webinar we did, we created a goal group. We're dead serious about this. We want you to change your life and change your business this year. We're dead serious about everything and every aspect of our business. So here's the 5 reasons why goals are important. Number 1, goal gives you focus. It helps you stay focused on what the task is at hand. Number 2, goals allows you to measure your progress. How do you know how far you're gone if you don't know where you've been? Number 3, goals keep you locked in and undistracted. How many of you are going to get distracted this year? I'm already distracted, right? I'm already distracted. So it's going to help you stay focused. We all need focus. Number 4, goals help you overcome procrastination. I call it procrastination is the sword of death. Every single one of us will procrastinate. So it helps you overcome that because you have things written down. And number 5, goals give you motivation. What are your goals this year, folks? What do you want to do different? You know that if you don't write it down this year, your last year will be like this year. Get out of that comfort zone and do something big this year. Don't be relying on what you did last year. Write it down. Your leaders, write it down. You want to change your life? You want to change your financial situation? You want to help lots of people? Then you got to write this down. You got to be deliberate. Leaders lead from the front. And once you choose to be a leader, you give up the right to give any excuses. If you're a leader here and you have people depending on you in your home, in your team, in your community, then you have to be a leader. And leaders don't make excuses. Take this opportunity and really make 2018 your best year ever and write your goals down. So I'm going to give you some steps real quickly. This is how I create goals. I will tell you right now, my first 5 years in direct sales, I didn't have any goals. I made no money. A little bit of money, not significant money to brag about money. And then my last 4 or 9 years plus, every year I write goals down. And I came up with a system, and it's helped me achieve 70 to 80% of all my goals that I put out for. And I want to teach you guys this. So number 1, you're going to take 3 goals. You're going to write a goal on each piece of paper. 3 goals, 2 professional goals and 1 personal goal. Write the goal at the top of the paper. And then for that 1 goal, you're going to have what I call 3 progress goals. What are these 3 goals? What are these 3 things that you have to do to make that goal come true? Let me give you an idea. I'm going to give you an example. I want to be a supervisor. Here's my 3 progress goals. I want to make sure that every member that comes into my business has a ratio of 25% or higher at STAR. So 25% of the people that come into my organization, I want to have a 25% ratio of people coming into my organization hit STAR. Number 2, I want to personally enroll 3 people every single month. I want to personally enroll 3 people every single month. And then number 3, I want to make sure that I follow up with every single member that comes in the business. I want to personally welcome them, and I want to personally make sure that they have at least their first couple Java parties set up, or at least they're presenting to 10 people a week. Would you agree that if you did those 3 things, which were your progress goals, becoming a supervisor might be more attainable? And let's break it down even further. Whoops. And then you have actions tasks. You have 3 action tasks per progress goal. So you remember my first progress goal was making sure that I had 25% STAR ratio? So you want to have 3 tasks. What 3 things can you do to make sure that your organization is at 25% at STAR? What can you do? The second progress goal was I wanted to enroll 3 brand new people every single month, right? So here's your action task. 3 action tasks are this. What 3 things could you do to make sure that you enroll 3 people a month? And then does that make sense? So all you simply do is you're basically saying, okay, I want to go to Florida, but instead of figuring out how to get to Florida from Dallas, what you're doing is you're going to start from Florida and you're going to backtrack how I got there. Does that make sense? That's how these goals are done. And then here's what I want you to do. I want to give you a morning routine and an evening routine. You got to change everything in your life for things to change. Would we agree or not? Yes. Nothing changes in our lives until things change in our lives. Okay? So here's my morning routine. Every single morning I write down 3 things that I'm grateful for. We got to start creating an attitude of gratitude, because when we are grateful, it's hard to be upset and discouraged about the things that are going around in our lives when we are grateful. So what are you grateful for? And then you write down your goals based on your action steps. What's your goal today? What's your goal today? And in the evening, I love this part because at the end of the day, I write down lessons learned. Did I learn anything new? And are there opportunities for improvement? Let's say you went out and talked to 3 people and you're like, oh my gosh, I butchered that. And at night, you go back to your learning. You say, okay, what did I learn today? Okay, first I learned that I don't want to throw up on people about Javita. I don't want to talk to them about the product, right? Or oh my gosh, I did this 3-way call with Andrea, and it was, oh my gosh, I butchered her last name. I didn't edify her. And you write down, so what is it to learn? And you just make that little adjustment, right? That little adjustment. And then in the evening, I want you to write this. What were you grateful for the day? What were you grateful for today? Maybe it was I had a full tank of gas or whatever. Mm-hmm. Why are you grateful today before you go to bed? And if you can't think of 3 things, think of 1 thing, but 3 reasons why. So if you're grateful for just 1 thing before you go to bed, write down the 3 things why you're so grateful for that 1 thing. It will help you sleep better. Your attitude will be different. And you'll go through life knowing that we are the most unbelievably blessed people in the world because we live in the United States.
Amen.
And there's so much opportunity here for us, right? There's so much opportunity here for each and every one of us to change our lives. But so many of us, we let life give us what life's gonna give us. Okay? So, grow ourselves. You gotta grow yourself, folks. You gotta guard your self-talk. You gotta basically talk to yourself more than you listen to yourself. Stop talking bad about yourself. In order to add value to others, you gotta lose yourself. All that simply means is that if you keep serving others, you will have everything you want. To whom much is given, much will be expected. We have been given an unbelievable opportunity in this opportunity called Javita. You're gonna be required to do a lot of things. And be prepared. Preparation relieves anxiety. If you're prepared, you won't be anxious. Be consistent. I don't care how much you do every day. I just care that you do it every day. Consistency wins the race. Consistency establishes your reputation. Provides security, reinforces your vision, and consistency compounds. Consistency compounds every single moment. So let's start. What's your goal? Write it down. When do you want to achieve this goal? If you complete your goal by this date, how are you going to reward yourself? What 3 things do you want to do to ensure that you will take action? Those are the things that I want you to do. Take this year serious, folks. That this year will be the greatest year ever, and you're going to write your goals down and you're going to do something different. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much. I look forward to